Ahlan bikum. Welcome back to Qasid Online. My name is Ayub Palmer, and I'm an Arabic instructor for Qasid Arabic Institute. This is the 5th video in our Arabic letters series, and we'll be learning about the ha and the short vowel kasra. You can take out your writing worksheet and follow along with this video if you wish. For those who don't have the worksheets that accompany this video series, please fill out the form at the end of the video, and Qasid will have them sent to you. Let's get started. So we have 4 objectives in this lesson. The first objective is to pronounce the ha and the kasra effectively. Our second objective is to recognize the ha and the kasra when we see them in an Arabic word. Our third objective is to write them in their different forms. And remember, we said there are 4 positions for each letter in the Arabic alphabet. However, because the kasra is a short vowel, it's not going to have a position like the other letters of the Arabic alphabet. Rather, it's going to be written below a letter. So we're going to see how that works shortly. Now, our 4th objective is to pronounce and write the ha and the kasra in a word. And the word that we're going to use, or we're going to choose for the lesson today, is the word hijab. Now, I'm sure you might have heard this word in the news, and actually it can mean head covering, or it can mean modest dress. And we're going to write it in transliteration like this. Hijab. Let's get started. Here we have the ha and the kasra. Now the ha here is different than the h. And that's why I'm drawing a dot below the H to signify that the ha is different than the ha. Ha, ha. Now the ha is pronounced by first constricting the throat muscles. That's first. Second is blowing air through the windpipe. So it has a clear sound. I like to think about it like when someone eats something hot and it's a little bit too hot for them to handle, and all of a sudden you see this person going like this. Well, that's the sound of the ha. It's a very clear sound. And it takes practice because we're not used to this sound in English. But the more you practice it, the easier it will become. Now let's look at the kasra. And the kasra is a short vowel. As opposed to, as you remember, the long vowel. And what's the long vowel that corresponds to the kasra? Well, it's the ya that we had in the last lesson. And the kasra is half the length of the ya. So if the ya is an e sound, then the kasra is an e sound. Okay? And we wrote the ya like an I with a line over it to indicate the e sound, and we're going to write in transliteration the kasra as an I. Although it's important to to not pronounce the kasra like an I. It's not an I, it's an E. That takes some getting used to as well. Let's move on. So, where are we at in the Arabic alphabet? Well, we're all the way over here. And remember, we're going in this direction. And we're going to come down here to our vowels. And our first short vowel is the Kasra. So this is our Kasra. And up here is our Ha. Now let's look at the Ha and the Kasra. We're going to look at the Ha in its 4 positions. Just like the Jim. It looks just like the Jim, but it doesn't have any dots. So the Ha in the independent position looks like this. The Ha in the initial position looks like this. The Ha in the medial position looks like this, as you remember. And the Ha in the final position looks like this. And this is the Ha sound. And now we're going to write the Ha with a Kasra beneath it. So here we have the first independent position with the Ha, but we're going to write a Kasra beneath it. And this is the sound that it makes. Hey. Okay. The second one is the initial position, but we're writing the Kasra beneath it. And again, it makes the sound hey. We have the third medial position, and the Ha looks like this with a Kasra beneath it. And again, we have the sound hey. And the fourth is the final position, the Kasra beneath it. And again, we have the sound hey. Now let's write the Ha and the Ha with the Kasra again. Now I'm going to change my color to yellow. So here we have the Ha, and the Ha in the independent position looks like this. Okay, and it comes below the line. We go like this, like that. One more time, just like the Jim, but without a dot. Okay, that's in the independent position. Now we have the Ha in the initial position, like that. Again, looks like that. And one more time, looks like that. Okay, now let's write it in the medial position. So we have here the Ha looking like this. That's in the medial position. One more time. Ha. Medial position. And we have the Ha in the medial position. Now in the final position, we have the Ha connected here and below the line. Let's do it again. Connect. Make our Ha. It looks just like the independent position, but with the connector to a letter before it. Okay, connect and go like that. Great. Now, let's do the Ha, and let's write the Ha with a Kasra. So we're going to write Ha, with Kasra. Okay, so this was the ha independent position with a kasra. See, we just write the ha here, the kasra, excuse me, below the letter. So we write here, and it's just a slanted line like this. Comes below the letter. One more time. Kasra below the letter. Now let's write it in the initial position. Have the kasra. Again, initial position with a kasra. And one more time. Initial position with a kasra. Now we have the medial position with a kasra. Again, when we have the ha and the kasra together, it makes the sound hi. And medial position again. The kasra. Medial position again with the kasra. Now finally, we have the final position. Connect. And with the kasra. Connect. The kasra. And connect with the kasra. There we go. Now, let's put the ha and the kasra together in a word. So as you remember, let me just change my color here so we can see a bit better. Now, as you remember, we have the ha here in the initial position. We have the ha, independent position, and the ha in the initial position, and we have the ha in the medial position, and then we have the ha in the final position. Now, if we're going to write the ha with a kasra, we just put the kasra beneath the letter, you see, like this. Now, let's write the word hijab. Hijab. Okay? So you hear that hey sound. Well, that's the ha with the kasra. So let's write the ha with the kasra, but which of these forms? Well, it's in the initial position because the next letter after it is a jim. Hij, hij. You see the jim there? So we're going to have to connect. So we're going to write the ha here with the kasra, and it's going to connect. So this is the form here. And now you hear the hijab. You hear the jim sound. We learned about the jim. And after it is the alif. So this is actually going to be a medial position. There with the jim. And after the jim we hear an alif sound. Hijab. The a sound. And so we're going to connect here and go up. And then we hear a b sound at the end. Hijab. B. And we're going to add a ba. Now, let's put these together. And we have here ha with a kasra, jim, alif, ba. Can't forget our dot for the jim. And there we have it. We have the word hijab. Now let's write this word a couple of times. I'm going to change my color back to yellow here. Okay, so we have the word hijab. And let's write this together. So we have the ha with the kasra. We have the medial jim, alif, and then we have the ba. Let's just write our different forms here. So here we have initial position ha. Sorry, I can't forget the dot here. We have medial position. We have, again, medial position. And we have here independent position. Now remember, don't forget that the alif here connects here, but does not connect here. An alif is a letter that connects from the right, but does not connect from the left. That's why the ba has to be in the independent position. Now let's write it again. Have our ha with a kasra, hi. Our jim, the dot, our alif, and our ba. Hijab. Let's write it one more time. Ha with a kasra, jim, the dot, alif, and ba. There you go. We have our word hijab. Now let's summarize. I'll come here and change my color back to red. Now, the ha, the letter ha in Arabic is produced in the back of the throat by constricting the throat muscles and forcing air through the windpipe. Ha. Now the short, and we will write it with an H and a dot underneath it to distinguish it from the H, which is a H sound, in which the throat muscles don't constrict. Now, the next letter that we discussed, or actually vowel, is the short vowel kasra. And it's like the I in English, but again, it's not an I sound, it's an E. Because it's half the length, again, half the length of the ya, the long vowel ya, because it's a short vowel. Now, the letter ha here connects to letters that come before it and after it, just like the jim. So in the third position, we get a ha connecting here and connecting there. You see, it connects to both the letter before it and after it. Now, the short vowel kasra is written below the letter as a slanted dash. So if we have the ha here in the independent position, we just simply write the dash below it if we want to indicate the E sound. Hey. Great. Well, now let's move on to our homework. And here we have an assignment for you to download the writing worksheet and practice writing that and upload it to the website. And also don't forget our pronunciation and reading worksheet that you need to fill out when you're finished with the writing worksheet. And if you don't have our worksheets and you would like to get a hold of our entire set of writing worksheets for the Arabic letters that go along with these video tutorials, please see the instructions at the end of this video or in the text blurb below. It's great to have been with you and hope to see you back here again. مع السلامة.